All right. Hey.
What's up,
sister?
What's up? What's up, people?
What's up, everybody? All right, so I'm here with Kayla Ogletree, and I'll let her get into talking about who she is, but I call her my big little sister. I'm actually older, but I always call her my big little sister because I want to be like her when I grow up. So, but why don't you just get into talking about who you are, what you do, and yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name is Bree. I'm Kayla's younger sister. I live in Philadelphia right now. I am a personal trainer, full-time fitness manager, and online fitness coach for women. I help women learn how to strength train in order to build, a body that they love and they feel comfortable in and confident in. What else is there anything else you want to know? That's what I do full-time.
That's what she does for a living.
Yeah, that's what I do for a living.
She's keeping us all fit.
Fitting
all
day,
every day.
Classes, personal training,
yeah.
online stuff. Yeah.
So forgive me, I was looking at my phone because I'm trying to pull up the questions that we came up with for the interview. So that's what I was doing. So for my podcast listeners too, we're also recording this on video.
Hey.
So there'll also be a video out for this podcast. But I just wanted to have Brianna on just to talk a little bit about health and fitness, especially for new moms, full-time working moms. I feel like we think that there isn't enough time to get health and fitness in or to find time for a health and fitness routine because we are taking care of children. We also have to work, or we're stay-at-home moms, and that just consumes our life. But Brianna's going to talk a little bit about how we can fit in health and fitness pretty easily. So I'm going to ask her a couple questions about health and fitness, and we'll go from there.
Great.
So my first question is, how can someone start working on their health and fitness?
Just start. I think a lot of people get caught up in the contemplation stage of I'll do this when, and they have this idea in their mind that it's gonna be perfect. They're gonna hit all their workouts. They're gonna get to the gym every day. Whatever the perfect routine of health and fitness looks like for you. But it's usually that's not the case at all. And I think that's especially important for new moms to realize. Obviously, you have a newborn. You have you're taking care of an extra human now, not just yourself. So of course you're gonna have a lot of days where you're not gonna be able to be on schedule, and you're gonna be thrown for a loop because you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to take care of your newborn baby. So just starting with what you can do at that moment, right? So whether that's, I always say, whether you're a new mom or not, just pick one thing to focus on, maybe two things at max, and then really focus on those habits and changing those habits.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. That's what I've been doing. I've talked a little bit about this in previous podcasts, but yeah, I think it's just about starting somewhere and not worrying about the duration of time. I feel like when you're trying to get into a health and fitness routine, just because of what is out there in the media and what we see on Instagram, everyone thinks that your health and your fitness routine needs to be an hour long each time you do it.
Right.
But
Which
if you're
absolutely
you don't
not
have
the case.
to do that.
No.
At all.
No, I have been through some intense 10-minute workouts. So the duration of time does not matter. Just do what you can with what time you have, what resources you have, and it's going to make a difference in your health and fitness regardless, as long as you're consistent with it. So yeah, my first advice would be just to start with something. If it's 10 minutes, that you have during the day, then it's 10 minutes that you have. That's 10 minutes that you got to move your body. So definitely use that to your advantage, and don't think that you have to go to the gym every single day or you have to be on a regimented routine. As long as you're getting some movement in, from here and there a few times a week, you're definitely on the right track, and you're
right. And it's individual. It's whatever works for you. It doesn't, whatever works for you in that moment. I know when I wake up in the morning and I do something, that's when I feel my best.
You feel better. Yeah.
I feel better for the rest of the day. I have more energy, even if I just did something for 10 minutes. Whether it was like a quick workout in the living room, or I go take the dog for a walk, or Sophia for a walk, whatever it is, I feel like it does help. And but you like we said, you don't have to do a 45-minute to an hour workout to get that fitness in.
Right.
Now, I was also talking to you about this before. You made a post about the difference between health and fitness.
Yes.
So if you could talk a little bit about that too.
Yeah. So I made a post on Instagram last week because I was dealing with some of my own health scares recently, which I'm cleared now, which is good. We're laughing because it was kind of a funny story, but
misdiagnosis.
I was misdiagnosed pretty much and had a health scare last week. But I'm fine. It was just like an acute thing that I had. In my sorrows and in my woes, as I was I'm this health and fitness trainer, and I'm sick. I'm chronically ill. What am I gonna do?
She asked the doctor if she was gonna die.
I did. I was generally concerned. I was am I gonna die from this?
Oh my god.
But I'm totally fine, 100% cleared.
Best story ever.
So while I was in my sorrows and really introspective and thinking about my decisions in life and just funny. I was really thinking about it. There really is a difference between health and fitness. Fitness is very, like I said in my post, it's very external and it's very subjective. Somebody who's considered fit for one person may be completely, that may be a completely different vision in one person's mind than the next person's mind. So it's very subjective, it's very external, so it could be some type of, external results, so whether that's improving your body composition, or lifting more weight on a certain lift, like a deadlift or a squat. It's very subjective, and it's based on performance or aesthetic usually. So that's the fitness realm, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to improve your fitness. That's my pursuit in life. I love trying to get stronger, trying to get leaner sometimes. But that's very external compared to your your health, your actual overall health. Your health is more internal, so that's how your body and everything that's in your body, all of your systems, that's how everything's running. And if that's up to speed, and that includes your mental health too. Are you having clear thoughts, or are you foggy, or are you having depressive symptoms? That's all internal stuff. So that's a little bit more objective, I would say, and I just wanted to distinguish the difference between the two, because a lot of people, you'll go on social media, you'll go on, you'll watch the news, you'll see all these celebrities or just really fit Insta famous people, and think, oh, they look so good, they must be so fit, they must be so healthy. But that may not be the case. That's just, what you're seeing externally. So I just wanted to, I guess, distinguish between the two. You could be chasing fitness and not be completely 100% healty, right? Or you could be the reverse, not care at all about fitness, but be completely, totally healthy because you have an active lifestyle, you're eating the right things, all that stuff. So I think it's important to keep that distinction. And to me, health is number one out of everything. I love fitness, but if you're not healthy, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, so, there has to be a balance.
Yeah,
and the fitness that you're doing, going back to your mental health, it's why? What are you doing this fitness for?
Yeah, what is it actually?
Is it making you happy, or are you trying to achieve some body aesthetic that maybe is not realistic for you, and
Right.
then that in turn is going to make you unhappy.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to go for something that maybe is not, especially for moms who've just had a baby, you know, your body has changed completely. Like,
Mm-hmm.
your body is not what it used to be. So I feel like sometimes as new moms, we struggle with that. Like, we want to get back to the body that we had before we had a baby,
Right.
but that might not be possible just because you grew a baby.
Yeah. You had a human inside you.
You grew a person.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
So your hips are wider, you have more fat on your body. It's just what comes with the territory. And there's nothing wrong with it, but you have to, going back to fitness and health, it's like you have to be doing fitness for the right reasons, I feel like.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Thinking about why you're actually doing this, because I really feel like fitness should really enhance your life. It should enhance your health. It should not consume your life, number one, unless you're a fanatic. But unless it's what you love to do, which for most people that's not the case, and that's totally fine. It should enhance your health, and it should enhance your life. If it's consuming you, if it's making you stressed out, if it's making you feel worse about yourself, then I would really ask yourself the question of, what are you actually doing this for? And if it's not making you happy, then maybe you need to make some changes to your routine, or the people you're looking up to, or what you're currently doing. Definitely.
That's such good advice. So my next question is, what meal plan should someone follow to see results with their
the one that you stick to? There's so many different approaches to nutrition, and they all work. Honestly, they all work. I'm not a fan of crash dieting by any means, but hey, say you need to lose 5 pounds in a week or something like that, or 2 weeks. Maybe that might be, if you can do it for a week or two, great. But I'm not a huge fan of that approach. But yeah, if you're looking for some type of long-term result, losing 20 pounds, something like that, I think the long-term mindset is really, really where you're gonna get the most result from.
You're gonna keep it off.
Yeah.
You're more likely, if it's a longer-term weight loss over a longer period of time, you're more likely to keep it off.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, those 5 pounds that you lose really quickly.
Right.
The minute you go back to eating the way you're used to eating, you gain that weight right back.
Yep. So to me, it's really about habit change. Habits are not, you're not eating the way you were, you're not moving the way you were. What was I saying? Damn it.
I know you keep going on like a tangent.
Yeah. Habits all go with this. Habits are not built in they're not built in a day. So you can't reverse everything that you've been doing up until now in one day or 2 days or a week or even a month. It takes time to get yourself into new habits and a new routine. And so the long-term approach for me is I'm definitely a huge advocate for that. Not to say that if you do have some type of short-term goal and you want to do a fad diet, go by all means, but just realize that those habits are probably not going to stick for the long term.
Right.
So long-term mindset definitely. And then in terms of nutrition and what to actually eat or how to actually eat, pick something that you can see yourself doing, maybe not for the rest of your life, but for a while, and you're comfortable with it. You don't have stress about it or anything like that.
I mean, the easier the better is what especially for moms.
Yes.
The easier it is because you're juggling a lot.
Yeah.
So the easier you can make it, and it has to become a lifestyle. It has to be something that you eventually just do in your daily routine.
Right.
For me, I know I've talked about this too. I've made small changes, each week to what I'm eating and how I'm eating. But it's been gradual over time. I didn't just all of a sudden just go guns blazing.
Right.
And because once I had Sophia, I was having some trouble getting just you just want to eat everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're at home, you're bored.
Yeah.
You know, you just want to eat. Like
Okay.
you just want to eat. And I wasn't eating. I know I wasn't eating the right foods. I was feeling lethargic. I was, you know, I was like, I know I need to change what I'm eating, and I'll feel better.
Right.
So I did slow, gradual, and now it's just something that I do. Like it's just something that I naturally do or think of to do.
Yeah.
And it's not as hard as it was, and you know, if I just tried to do it all at one time.
Right. Yeah, I completely 100% agree with that. Yeah.
All right. So next question.
Next
And I think we already kind of touched on this a little bit, but how can a busy working mom fit fitness into her routine?
Yeah, so we did already kind of touch on this. Just take perfectionism and just throw it out the window.
There it goes.
So yeah, just completely throw it away. Whatever like routine you're following, just know that you're gonna have many days when you're not gonna be able to maybe do the full routine or get to the gym or follow it, you know, to the T. Whatever program it is, if it's an at-home program, if it's a gym program, it doesn't matter. Because you have a new baby. So the biggest thing that you need to know is you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to hit every workout. You don't have to burn every calorie, right? You just have to consistently move. And if you have 5 minutes one day, move for 5 minutes. You know, if you have a whole hour one day, because, you know, daddy has the baby or baby's sleeping or that's a great time to get in a workout when the baby's sleeping. Just use the time that you have and use it wisely. So it could be 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just that consistency over time really, really is going to bring great benefits and great results over time as long as you're consistent with it. So don't think that just because you don't have a full time, like a full 30 minutes to an hour to do a workout, that you can't do anything. Because I've said, I've had some pretty tough 10-minute workouts. So just as long as you do something. So drop the perfectionism, do what you can, and that is great, and that's good enough.
What I've also, you should schedule, if you can, scheduling time.
Yeah.
Like if you have the luxury to do it, or if you have the ability to do it. I know I try to do it before work when I know Angela is still there with Sophia.
Okay.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So planning around your partner.
Like that's a good way to do it. Mm-hmm. Or planning it in your day. Like sometimes before I go pick up Sophia, I will just go to the gym and do like a quick workout. Usually my workouts are half hour, so I can never work longer than a half hour. I just get bored. I get bored really quickly.
That's totally fine. 30-minute workouts are great too.
But it's like what's helped me is just really scheduling the time and making it a priority.
Okay. Yeah. So putting it in your calendar, like if this is something that you really want to improve upon, moving more, then maybe schedule it in your calendar too.
But some people don't have that luxury, and you kind of just go as the day goes, you know. But whenever, like Brianna said, like whenever you can fit it in, it's good. And if it's 5 minutes, if it's a half hour, if it's 45 minutes, whatever you can do. And also listening to your body, I think, is really important.
Yes.
Like if you wait, like especially with a newborn baby or like any baby in general, because they don't like to sleep.
You're already not sleeping. Yeah.
So I think it's like kind of like listening to your body too. Like if some mornings I'll wake up and I'm just like, oh no, I just want to sleep. Like I would rather and sleep to me in that moment is more important than me getting out of bed to do a workout, and then that's fine too. You know, you have to listen to your body.
Yeah. I have a client right now. Actually, I think she's 9 months now, so she's getting up there. But so she's still not sleeping regularly. And I see her once a week. We do a session once a week because that's literally all the time she has because she's busy. She works and she's a new mommy. So, and I would just let her know, like, hey, like this is great that you can get this one session in each week. And then she also, what she told me she started doing is like when she goes up and down the stairs, she'll do like squats, she'll do like incline push-ups and stuff like that. So even like a couple sets while you're like doing chores or like moving around the house, like it doesn't have to be structured activity all the time either. Like, you're still going to be exercise is exercise, so it's going to be beneficial however you get it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. And then this, I feel like, is something that new moms deal with right after giving birth. Like, how should they get back into a fitness routine right after giving birth?
At your own pace. So you definitely want to make sure you're cleared by a doctor before you do any like structured exercise. I'm sure walking is usually fine. They usually probably tell you that after you give birth.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back into like an actual structured routine where you're maybe lifting weights or like doing more like challenging exercises, I would definitely get cleared first by your doctor, and just make sure that there's no physical therapy that is needed. A lot of women struggle with, I'm going to get this name wrong.
So I didn't look it up.
So a lot of people struggle with pelvic floor issues and what's called diastasis recti. I think I got it, which is basically like the separation of your abdominal muscle because the tissue in between kind of stretches as your belly grows when you have a baby. So people women experience that in different varying degrees. So just making sure that you are cleared by your primary, and then there's no like additional physical therapy that's needed before you actually get into like lifting weights or doing something more intense. So definitely go at your own pace, and again, go with how you feel too. Don't feel like you have to rush back into something structured, because it's really important that you rehab yourself, because you're like you just had a baby, you just had a human come out of you. So
some people pushed out, some people had a C-section.
Yeah, so that's if you had a C-section, that's like that's major surgery. But even just natural birth, that's a lot of recovery time to get your body back.
And I'll be honest, like I had a pretty easy delivery and pregnancy, but I'll be honest, like I didn't really feel comfortable working out until about like 8 or 9 months, 8 or 9 months postpartum,
right,
where I really felt like I was like really back into like I felt like, because up until then, like I didn't feel like as strong as I did before. It does take a little while, because it did take 9 months to create that person that you delivered. So it does, honestly, I just started feeling like just like a couple months ago, feeling good about working out and confident and like strong, and that nothing was going to hurt if I did something. So
that's good. Everybody goes at their own pace, and it really depends on, we were talking about this before, it depends on what your experience with exercise is during your pregnancy and before your pregnancy too. So if you were, if you weren't working out much during or before your pregnancy, it's probably not the best idea to jump into something right away, and maybe wait a little bit longer until you actually feel, you feel good. And then, but if you've been lifting for a long time, or you've been exercising, you've been doing like running for a long time, whatever it is, through the pregnancy, before the pregnancy, you may find that you feel good, jumping in a little bit sooner. So it's very subjective, and it's very personal, and just feeling, just tuning into how your body's feeling. And just taking it from there. But definitely consulting with your physician or your physical therapist, or before you get into anything.
Because I feel like I wanted to address that, especially with a personal trainer. Because I feel like there is like some, women feel like they have to like get right back into it right after having a baby. Like they have to just like, pedal to the metal, like I'm gonna run 10 miles tomorrow. Like it doesn't work like that. Like it does take some time, and your body, it has to recover from, and it takes a while to recover. So I think unless you are at a different, if that is your fitness level where you were running 10 miles before you gave birth, and you can do that, like more power to you, girl. But
it's so relative. It's so personal. You just gotta do what's best for you, and what's gonna make you feel good and feel feel good at the end of the day.
Take your time. All right, my last and final question, and I know you want to be little bit careful about how you answer this, but because we already talked about it beforehand. But do you recommend any workouts or any moves that a new mom can do when she's like trying to get back into her fitness routine?
So like I was saying before this, it's like I said, like we just said before, it's going to be very personal, and it's going to be very dependent upon, your fitness level, what you were doing beforehand during your pregnancy. That's going to determine what exercises are the best exercises for you. If there is some rehab or something like that, like working with the physical therapist might be, or like a pelvic floor PT, something like that might be more beneficial than actually going to like a structure, like getting into fitness training right away. So it just really, really depends. But if you're like, say you're 100% cleared by your doctor, you don't have any, pelvic floor issues or a diastasis recti or anything going on, then I would say maybe start with body weight exercises at home, because like I said, having a newborn baby, you may not have all the time in the world to go to the gym. And if you do, that's great. But yeah, maybe starting with body weight exercises at home, and just progressing from there. But yeah, it's very. I don't want to give like general advice,
It's
because
hard to give. Yeah, it's individual.
It's very individualized, and it just really depends on your unique experience with exercise and your unique experience with pregnancy as well. So,
and then did you want to talk a little bit about? We have a new announcement.
Okay. I am working on a at-home program right now. It's a complete body weight program, and there's no equipment really needed other than a couple chairs and a bed sheet. It's a 4-week program. I go through progressions and regressions and all that stuff, videos, all that stuff, everything you need to go through the program for 4 weeks. And it's coming out soon. I don't have a release date yet, but I am working on it. Yeah. So I would say in the next couple weeks or so, it will be out. But if you're interested in it, reach out to either myself or Kayla, and we can kind of get you on a list, and like a waiting list, and I can let you know as soon as it's ready to go. But yeah, it's just gonna be a digital ebook, so you'll be able to download it right to your phone. You can do the workouts, like I said, right at home. You don't need anything. So this is gonna be great for people who are looking to get into strength training but don't know where to start. Maybe you've never lifted weights before, or you like working out at home and you're looking for some body weight options. This is definitely going to be a great program for you to get started with. Yeah. So it's 4 weeks.
So easy for moms that who are at home and are ready to go into that level of working out.
Right. Yeah. No. It's three workouts a week that I program. Yeah. It's only 3 workouts. And they're about 45 to 60 minutes long, depending on how quickly you move through them. But the whole idea was just to get you to move, right? So that's why I'm making this as the first program. I am incorporating strength training is my thing. So strength training, I think, is like the best thing for building confidence, for getting stronger, for improving body composition, which tends to be a lot of the goals of a lot of the women that I work with. But I'm noticing that a lot of people that interact with my content, they may not not ready to go to the gym just yet. So this is why I created this as my first program. Something at home that you can do in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to invest in anything really to do it other than the program. And yeah, you can see yourself get stronger week to week just using your body weight. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, so I'm working hard on it right now. It'll be out soon, definitely.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to tell the mommies out there? Anything else you wanted to share?
I just want to say that I respect the shit out of all of you. I honestly don't know how you do it. I don't know. You guys are definitely superhumans for sure. and it's not my time just yet to have kids. I enjoy my niece and nephew a lot when I'm with them, but
she likes to send them home.
I like to send them home too at the end of the day.
I respect that.
But yeah, no, I definitely have mad respect for you ladies, you moms out there. So, and my parting advice would be just drop the perfectionism. You're doing the best you can, and that's more than enough. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
I hope you guys got a lot out of it. There was a lot of good knowledge dropped on you all today. And if you guys have any questions, feel free, like Brianna said, to reach out to myself. I'll include her information at the end of this, so you have it too. I'll include her Instagram so you guys can follow her. But yeah, so stay tuned. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that was the episode. If you like this video, please, I think they say subscribe, like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment. What do you want to know next?
I'm making her a vlogger.
She's trying to turn me into a vlogger, so this is like my first official vlog.
Yay.
So yeah, like, subscribe. Let me know what kind of fitness, nutrition topics you want to hear. Like I said, I'm a health and fitness and nutrition coach for women online. So, and I primarily deal with strength training. So if there's a question that you want to know, please let me know. Drop it below. And follow my sister as well if you're a new mommy.
Listen to my podcast.
Yeah,
#MomLife.
#MomLife podcast. And is it available on all platforms?
No, on most platforms. I would go to Apple Podcasts. Apple is called #MomLife. You can also follow me on Instagram at #momlife.podcast. That's hashtag spelled out because Instagram didn't let me use the hashtag, so I had to spell it out. So follow me, listen to me. You're not gonna regret it.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.